Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make this amazing two-piece and a hair bow for your baby girl. It's basically for children ages 5 to 2 years old, or 2 to 5 years old rather. From 2 years old, the baby wearing this dress is 2 years old. So I'm going to teach you how to make the hair bow, the top and the trouser. You don't need to be a tailor to make this dress. It is very simple and very easy. You don't need any pattern to cut this dress. You don't need any pattern to cut this dress. All you need is just your sewing machine and a little skill to get started with. So we're going to fold our material into 4 places. Our choice material into 4 places. Then get the baby's trouser, place it on the material you have folded into 4 places. Like I said, this is a very easy way of sewing a two-piece for your baby. You don't need to have like a professional knowledge of sewing or tailoring to do this. Place it, arrange it, then give an allowance for your sewing. I took 1.5 inches for my own, 1.5 inches allowance on each side. Then you cut. After taking your allowance, you cut. Don't forget you're sewing a palazzo trouser, so you don't want it looking too tight on your child. After you cut, you trim the edges to make sure that your shape comes out well. You take the trouser off. This is what you would have after cutting. Remember to also leave allowance to put your band for the waist, to put your elastic for the waist. After cutting, I'm going to show you how you would sew this on a sewing machine. Don't mind what I was doing here. I think I was trying to give it a front and back look. Then to cut our shirt, you take the length, body length minus shoulder, the body length of your top minus the shoulder, because you're not cutting with the shoulder because you're adding the shoulder to the blouse. You cut the body length. It depends on how full you want your top to be. I don't want mine too full, so I just took a material, the size of the material I know will be also moderate. After that, you take this is for your shoulder. This is our tiny hand for the shoulder. Now this is what we have. We are going back now to the sewing machine to make our trouser. First things first, you add from this angle to the waist. From the bottom angle to the waist. After sewing it, you do the same at the other end too. From the waist to just the bottom angle. After sewing the both sides, you open your trouser, and this is what you would have. Very easy, no patterns, very free on your child. After sewing both sides, you see your look on your trouser. The shape of your trouser is already coming out. You can now go back to the sewing machine and sew from one end to the other. Make sure the middle part of your trouser is aligning before you start sewing. Make sure the middle part is aligning before you start sewing, so that one part of the trouser is not looking longer than the other. Next thing is to put your waistband. As you can see, the allowance on the waist is looking very big. Even the size of the waist too is looking big, so that your elastic can stretch well after you put it. You're going to fold neatly and sew. You fold it very neat and you sew. You're not putting the elastic yet. You're going to put it after you have folded your waist. Make sure you're not folding it too tiny, so that you can have enough space for your elastic. I left a little hole there. And also this is a very simple hack on how to put your elastic. Just carry your safety pin, put it this way, very easy. Then you slide it through the hole you have on your waist. Very easy. You push through till it comes out through the other end. The safety pin makes your work very easy. And it's out. You bring it out, then you stitch the two edges of your elastic band. That's all for the trouser. The next thing you have to do is just to fold our blouse. For the elastic, I took out 2 inches from the top. I took out 2 inches, then I sewed it very neatly. You take out 2 inches and you sew very neatly. Remember to always leave enough space for your elastic to go through. Fold it very well. You don't need to rush. Take your time to fold it well, so that you don't have a very rough work. Remember, the space you're to leave needs to be wide enough for your elastic to fit through. The little space you leave You do the same thing with your safety pin and your elastic band, and you put it through the tiny hole you have at the middle. As you are doing this, the thread begins to gather. Make sure you're pulling it to the other end of the elastic band, but not pulling it in such a way that it will, pull out from that end too, and maybe giving you extra work. Make sure you're careful enough not to give yourself an extra work. After that, you're going to stitch the elastic to your material, and repeat the same thing at the other end too. You can see what we have. It's looking so neat and beautiful. You repeat the same step for the other side of your top. Now this is for our hand, our tiny hand. It's supposed to be 6 inches, but I took 7 inches because of the sewing allowance. After sewing it, you just take your safety pin again. This safety pin comes in handy. Like, there are so many things your safety pin can do for you. The uses of your safety pin when sewing cannot be overemphasized. It makes your work so easy. See the way it came out from the other side, stress-free. And this is what we have. Remember to always iron. I wasn't ironing mine because I was trying to make the video super fast, but to have a very neat work at every step after making any part of the clothes. It is always good for you to iron every part of the clothes before finally joining every piece together. I've turned the both sides, and this is what I have for the hand of my blouse. Now I'm going to place it on the cloth to know exactly where I want the hand to be positioned on the top. Don't just put it on the sewing machine and sew. If not, you will not have an accurate positioning of where you want the hand of your cloth to be. Like I said, what I need is 6 inches, so I've taken out my 6 inches. The remaining allowance can now be used to sew, or rather join the hand to the top. And for the clothes, I used 2.5 inches. I removed 2.5 inches, then attach the hand from there. Remember to measure accurately before you sew. Now this is what we have. Both hands have been joined to both sides of the cloth, both the front and the back. And I have my blouse length exactly how I want it to be. Remember, all children are not the same, so measure your child and know the exact length you want your dress to be. This doesn't need a specific pattern to sew before you can make this. After that, you join both sides. Join the clothes from both ends. And fold the edge of your blouse. I'm taking my very tiny because I don't have enough allowance at that spot. So I took it very slim so my top is not short. That's why accurate measurement is always good. Make sure you measure every detail so you don't have something below what you expect or too much than what you expect. This is like the last stage of this frock top for your baby girl. As you can see, dress is all made, looking so clean and beautiful. You can make this